Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a massive tech shift that's fixing one of the most frustrating and honestly, most expensive headaches for trade businesses. I'm talking about the missed phone call. If you've ever run a service business, you know missing a call isn't just a minor hiccup, right? It's literally money walking right out the front door. We're going to see how a platform called Constant Employee uses artificial intelligence to completely plug up this revenue leak. Section 1. The cost of sleeping. Let's look at a scenario every owner-operator knows way too well. What happens to your business while you're asleep, or maybe elbow deep in a complex job? Over $400. That's the crucial number here. Every single time your business phone goes to voicemail, you're potentially handing a job worth $400 or even way more straight to a competitor. Think about it. When someone's got a flooded basement or their AC dies in the middle of summer, they aren't leaving voicemails and waiting patiently. No way. They hang up and call the next business on Google until somebody actually answers. Section 2. Enter the AI receptionist. To stop this constant revenue bleed, trades are bringing in a specialized tool called Constant Employee that works 365 days a year. Now, you might be thinking, hey, people absolutely hate talking to robots. But we aren't talking about your old-school clunky phone menu. This is powered by 11 Labs, which is basically the gold standard in AI voice tech right now. Your callers get greeted with a warm, super professional, human-sounding voice. It says something supernatural like, "Thanks for calling Acme Plumbing. How can I help?" The AI knows your specific business, your pricing, your traits, so well in fact that most callers never even realize they're talking to artificial intelligence until they hang up completely satisfied. And it's incredibly adaptable across a huge spectrum of service businesses. Plumbers, HVAC techs, electricians, roofers, cleaners, pest control, you name it. The system is custom-tailored to handle the exact terminology of your specific industry. It knows the difference between a routine cleaning and a full-blown hazardous pest situation, so it's always speaking the exact same language as your customers. Section 3. Ring to booked job. Let's see exactly how this tech transforms a ringing phone into a fully scheduled appointment in under 3 minutes. The workflow here is just a perfectly automated loop. First up, the AI answers before the second ring, period, even if it's 3 a.m. on a Sunday. Second, it listens for keywords to triage exactly what the customer needs. Third, it grabs that info and books the appointment directly into your existing software, Cal.com, ServiceTitan, Jobber, whatever you use. And finally, step 4, it shoots a branded confirmation email to the customer while simultaneously pinging you with a full recording, a transcript, and a neat AI-generated summary of the whole call. By flawlessly running through those steps while you sleep, this system pulls off an absolutely wild 94% booking rate for after-hours calls. Just let that sink in for a second. 94%. Instead of waking up to 0 voicemails and a bunch of lost opportunities, you literally wake up to a calendar that's already booked. You know the customer's name, their exact issue, and their address before you've even poured your first cup of coffee. Section 4. The automated dispatcher. Because, what happens when it's not just a slow drain, but a massive emergency? This is where things get really interesting. The AI actually knows the difference between a routine job and a full-blown crisis. For routine stuff, it quietly fills your calendar. But for a high-stakes emergency, it acts as a hyper-fast automated dispatcher. It instantly texts you the address, a callback number, and a tight 30-word summary of the disaster, often before the customer has even finished hanging up. In the trades, whoever responds first wins the job, right? This emergency triage feature guarantees you are always that first responder. Section 5. The ROI math. Let's break down the financials, because for any owner, it all comes down to the return on investment. They offer completely transparent month-to-month pricing with no locked-in contracts. The Lite plan sits at $297 a month, covering the basics for up to 50 calls. That gets you the 24/7 answering and calendar booking. But the Pro plan at $497 is where it seriously scales up. You get up to 500 calls, plus it unlocks that critical emergency triage we just talked about, full CRM syncing, call transcripts, and, this is huge, the ability for the AI to quote prices and text a Stripe payment link right on the call to close the sale on the spot. Let's think back to our earlier number. If an average missed call is worth $400, the math here is pretty undeniable. Catching just one single missed job pays for an entire quarter of the Lite plan. Literally just one. And get this, according to the data, users are averaging 8 to 12 recovered jobs every single month from calls they used to just let slide to voicemail. It takes a massive sunk cost and flips it into a huge growth engine. So, as we wrap up this explainer on the absolute powerhouse that is the constant employee I really want you to chew on one final urgent question. If this tech is out there right now, quietly taking over the graveyard shift and booking jobs flawlessly without a single human on the line, who is answering your competitors' 3 a.m. calls? If it's an AI and you are still relying on voicemail, what is that actually costing you? It's a pretty provocative thought and for sure something to consider for the future of your business. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer and keep learning.